Hey Gemini, yo, this is like the third time I've tried to do this intro and George keeps barking. So hopefully I can get through this without him going bananas. Anyways, this is your weekly love reading. I'm back and this love reading is for August 19th through August 25th. It should resonate for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Those of you guys that are cross-watching, welcome, welcome. This can be your situation or your partner's. It kind of just depends. Also, too, please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to receive alerts for when I post my readings. Also, too, please feel free to comment. I love reading what you guys have to write and really interacting with you on a one-on-one basis. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, AccurateAFTarot. It's because I guess now, maybe I should start promoting my Instagram. I don't know. Anyways, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you always can do so by checking out my website, aaftarot.com. With that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into your reading. So I kind of took a piece off of what Vicky does where she pulls this main card prior and then really kind of takes in the energy and then gives a message. So I'm trying that this time around. So for your partner or your partner's energy, you guys have the ancient one, which is number 1. How does Gemini feel about this person romantically? How does Gemini feel about their person of interest romantically? Okay, Empress, possibly dealing with a Libra or a Taurus or a Cancer. You also can be dealing, because number 1 is related to the Sun. So possibly how I take that is either an Aries or a Leo as well. Okay. What's the current situation between Gemini and their person of interest romantically? What's the current situation between these two? Whoa, that just shot out. The Sun. Ew, yes. Oh, I'm so here for this because you know my ass is a Gemini. Okay. Leo, obviously. What is the current obstacle? Jesus. Current obstacle or block here for these two romantically? What's the current obstacle or block for these two romantically? The Lovers, possibly another Gemini, or it can just be the fact that you and this person, what's blocking is the fact you both really love each other. But I don't know, let's keep going. And what's the best potential outcome this week for Gemini and their person of interest romantically? What's the best possible outcome this week for Gemini and their person of interest romantically? Okay, the Queen of Swords. So there's Libra in Cancer, okay? Here's the thing, Gemini. So I feel like, and I'm just saying this for a reason, your person of interest, I feel like, somebody may have a Jupiter in Gemini or a Mars in Leo. This person has been really struggling and really in their head about a level of communication, about where can things go with me and Gemini? How do I have a level of forward movement? Where do I go from here? It's also, just tons of thoughts running through this person. I feel like your person of interest is really going through it. And I feel like they're definitely having an internal struggle as well, because we do have the 7 of Wands at the bottom with the 8 of Swords at the top. It's kind of an energy where I almost feel like this person is fighting you off. They may even not be talking to you at this minute for whatever reason. And it's not because they don't want to, because if you take a look at these cards right now, based on what I can see, these cards right here, right in the center, these are all major arcana. So this is something that's meant to happen or meant to, move forward in that sense. However, I just feel like this person is really having an internal struggle on what the right thing to do is. And they're really trying to hold back their thoughts from you. So I do want to throw that out there. Now, as far as your partner is concerned, your partner's coming up as the ancient one. Now, I feel like, this person is definitely a leader, okay? They're not a very passive type. That's not what I'm getting. They like the ability to stand alone, but they have a very strong vibration. They're very independent and creative and original and ambitious, very determined and self-assured. This can be somebody who's definitely a go-getter and somebody that feels like they have all these things that they need to accomplish prior to settling down, or they may feel almost like settling down can be an hindrance at times, I feel like. I also think that there is a level of arrogance with this person, or stubborn or impatient. And sometimes, sorry for the cross watchers, sometimes this person may come off as a bit self-centered, but I feel like that's because they're not expressing themselves, right? Because you have the Eight of Swords. So I feel like they're holding a lot of their thoughts inside. And as Geminis, our perception of them is, hey, you're being an asshole because you're not talking, or you're not expressing yourself, or you're not this, right? So that is a possibility. I do feel like this person likes to take the lead when it comes to love, and they're willing to experience a lot of excitement, but they do have a tendency to bore easily. Something that's interesting that's coming up with the Ancient One is like, this person is definitely your destiny. And I feel like we've had this a couple of times. Maybe it was Cancer, I don't know. But like, this is destiny. And you know, this person, there's a very helpful energy here from your ancestors and your ancient ones, your spirit guides, the universe. They're definitely pushing you along and saying like, hey, if you accept our invitation, because it is an invitation, right? There's a lot of power that comes with it. And right now, they're also letting you know that, hey, like there's an unlimited resource right now when it comes to your spirit guides and to the ones that are around you, the ones that have passed on and so forth. So that's something to kind of keep in mind here. I almost feel like they're trying to push you guys together. For instance, I always see the number 609, right? And 609 is significant to me, and also the person that, you know, somebody that I know, right? So anytime I see that, that is somebody that's passed on, that is, you know, their birthday, or, you know, whatever. So I know that like my ancestors are trying to push us together, you know what I mean? And our ancestors are trying to bring everything together as one. Now, can you give me more information on Gemini's person of interest romantically? Gemini's person of interest romantically. Can you give me more information on this person? I also feel like this person may be in the limelight. More information on Gemini's person of interest. Five of Swords, that's Venus in Aquarius. I feel like they're really struggling right now, right? They're going through a lot of comparisons. Now, this can either be the fact that, you know, it's like they're trying to compare two things, you know, something that's new that's happening, right? Something that's green and looks like, you know, you want to take a hold, and then something old, right? Something that's a little bit brittle. I know this is a tree, but for me, I mean, which one would you gravitate towards? Leave that down in the comments, because I would go more so towards the bamboo. I don't know if that's just because I have a ton of bamboo in the house, but it's like this person is going through a moment where they're doing a pros and cons list. This person is going through a moment where they're comparing their life with you versus without you. Like, let's ask, like, what are they comparing? I also feel like too, look, the Lovers, you. Okay, the Lovers with what? The Lovers with what? What are they comparing the Lovers against? Whoa. Existence. Magician, right? And that can be, they can be comparing you with a, maybe you're dealing with another Gemini, or you're dealing with a Virgo, Aries, Gemini, or Scorpio. I just feel like this person is really trying to decide like what their life is with you and what their life is without you. What's being manifested here in existence? The Ten of Cups. Harmony, right? That's Mars and Pisces. Also, you possibly dealing with the Pisces. You know, here's the thing, Gemini. I feel like because this person is in such deep thought, do not pressure them right now to talk. They don't want to talk? Fuck it. Don't talk to me. I know that that's hard for us, but that's making a conscious effort and having a different perspective of things, right? Sometimes people need time away from you to really miss you. I was reading something where it's like sometimes people need to go through a cycle before they understand your worth, right? And that makes sense, okay? I also feel like, you know, with these cards here, they're really struggling with themselves, because here's the thing. Five of Swords in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius, like, I'm sorry if you have a Venus in Aquarius, but that really sucks. In my opinion, It's not emotional. It's very like cut and dry and kind of intense type of energy. They lack a level of compassion, right? And they have very strong opinions when it does come to certain things. So when you have this, what are they comparing? It's the Lovers. I feel like they're comparing you and them. They're saying, okay, how do we make this work, right? Then you have Existence. What are they manifesting? The Ten of Cups. Like, I really do genuinely feel like, Gemini, they want to be with you. Now, I do want to say this, because we have the Eight of Swords over here in this other deck, at the top of the deck, they're not really open right now for a lot of communication, but I do feel like you need to give them that space. If they need space, give it to them. If you push them during this time period, they're not going to come back, because they're going to look at you as somebody that's very needy. Now, how you view them is the Empress. Why does Gemini view their person of interest this way? With the Ten of Wands reversed. I just feel like, you know, Gemini, I feel like you and this person have been through a lot. I feel like this is not somebody that you're willing to let go of. This is Saturn in Sagittarius. You know, this is really about, you know, understanding, right, that there is a level of growth that's needed. But with the Ten of Wands, it's like you don't want to let go of them. Why? Because you're hung up on them. Possibly a Pisces or an Aquarius. I also feel like you've sacrificed a lot. I also feel like there's something definitely here that you've given up in order to make them happy. Like, I feel like you've gone the extra mile here. Why are you showing us the Hangman for how Gemini feels about their person of interest? Because of the Two of Cups. I feel like you've sacrificed a lot for this union, especially if you're a Cancer Venus, like myself. Hello, can I come in? You know, Cancer Venuses are dope, and let me tell you why. Because Cancer Venuses are very nurturing and loving and caring and hopeful, right? You know, there is a level of security that is needed with a Cancer Venus. A Cancer Venus needs that emotional security. They need to know, hey, do you have me? Hey, can you provide emotionally with me? And I feel like the reason that you're so hung up right now, Gemini, is because this person hasn't been giving to you emotionally like they have been in the past. And that's what has you in this kind of this weird phase. It's like, you know, you want to expand with them. You know, you want to have a family with them. You know, you want to, you know, really explore what that looks like, that level of abundance. And as much shit as this person's put you through, it's like you're not ready to let go yet. And that's what's forcing you to be stuck, especially with this Two of Cups type of energy. Now, what does Gemini like about their partner romantically? What does Gemini like about this person romantically? What does Gemini like about their person romantically? Gemini like about this person romantically? Woo! Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, and that's Virgo. You know, and it's funny because I don't know if that was like upright or reversed, but it's ordinary. Ordinariness, right? And I just feel like for you and this person, and this again is the Eight of Pentacles, I just feel like you and this person would work together as a well-oiled machine. I feel like there's a lot of your relationship with them makes sense to you. It's like, we can do this. I also think that when you and this person are together, you guys are happy and healthy, and both of you are thriving and doing well, you know, financially, you know, career-wise, those type of things. But I do think that when you and this person are at odds, I feel like health takes a hit for some reason, because it's Virgo, and Virgo has to deal with our sixth house of like health and that type of thing. I also feel like you want to have that conversation with them of, how do we make this work, right? Where do we go from here? Can we put a plan into place where, you know, we know that this is moving forward? And then here's the Sun again, and that's Innocence. So definitely can be dealing with a Leo. And you may have, you know, there may be a couple different things going on, right? Because, you know, Geminis, we are two people, and there's multiple people watching. So for some of you guys, I feel like you're holding on from somebody from the past. Some of you guys, especially with the Sun card here, I think, and it's Innocence, I feel like somebody new may be coming in, possibly a Leo or somebody that has heavy Leo dominance in their chart. possibly a Virgo, or a Capricorn, or a Cancer. That's what I get. Somebody that has a lot of abundance to them. Oh shit, look, right as I said that, the Seven of Pentacles flipped out. Okay, so let's keep it pushing. Now, as a situation, we have the Sun. I feel like the Sun is a level of clarity too, right? I feel like if the situation is you and this person are not talking, I feel like this week, maybe you do get a level of clarity here. Why is the Sun here for the situation? With Temperance, okay? Temperance, there's Sag. So we have fire signs that are coming in heavy. It also can be too that there's a transformation, right? A lack of communication. Maybe people go inward and then they transform. Because here's the thing. With the Empress and the Emperor, when they come together, right? Because this is a level of like alchemy or whatever. Alchemist. I never can say that word correctly. But it's combining two elements and stripping them of their impurities, and now you have one. So I feel like with Temperance, it's really taking you out of like that caterpillar state and really pushing you into the butterfly state, where now you and this person definitely have the potential to flourish because the internal work has been done, and now you both are at a position where you want the same thing. How does Gemini feel about the current situation with their partner or their person of interest? How does Gemini currently feel about this? Page of Cups wanted to come out. How does Gemini currently feel about this? Does Gemini feel? The Queen of Cups. Okay. There's Cancer. I feel like for you, Gemini, having a level of clarity on this situation really does make you feel, really does, remember what I said, because I feel like there's a lot of Cancer Venuses that watch this. It really does give you a level of clarity. And it also gives you that Two of Cups feeling. It makes you feel like, hey, you know, me sacrificing everything and me really putting myself out there and me making myself vulnerable, it's worth it. Because now I feel emotionally fulfilled here. I feel like, you know, all those late nights I was up worrying, right? Gemini Mars. And it can also be a Gemini Mars, somebody that has a Gemini in Mars that's fucking with you, right? All this shit that somebody was doing that was trying to instill a level of insecurity, like, sorry, girl, bye. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. That's Jupiter and Leo. That's being very, very proud and happy and winning, you know, this Five of Wands over here, winning that battle. It's feeling good. It's being put on a pedestal. It's knowing your worth, right? It's also walking away from that negative type of energy. So that's why I feel like you feel good about it. You feel really good about the situation. I just think for you, it's just honestly, it's a level of clarity that's needed in this situation moving forward. How does Gemini's person of interest, what is their perception on the current situation? Courage, strength, Leo. For them, it's just like, listen, like I know that I'm showing you this, or maybe it's this, right? But I have more to offer. It's also saying, hey, if you wait this process out, like you've not seen everything I have to offer yet. And it's also having a level of courage and having a level of strength of being completely at the focal point and being expressive about how they feel, right? And what they want. When it comes to the Sun, what light is being shown? What's the light being shown on? One more time. What's the light being shown on? The Two of Wands, possibilities. Okay, you may have, Gemini, two different possibilities. You may have somebody from the past and you may have somebody new coming in. There's different possibilities, and the thing here is like you're taking a perspective where you can kind of see everything. What does this person have to offer? What does this person have to offer? Okay, now I can make a decision. And that's Mars and Aries. That's making a decision quickly and sticking to it and knowing that you are going to capitalize from that. Like you already know what you want. Now it's how do I get that, right? It's also about having a level of control and not being as emotional as you have been in the last few days or last like couple weeks, okay? Let me ask. Is there anything else? Okay. If you're not talking to this person, that's going to change. If there's been something that's been hidden, I feel like this person is watching you, watching your every move. I feel like there is a level of change coming, and I feel like subconsciously you know it. It's just undercover. It can be changed with a Sagittarius, a Cancer, or a Taurus. Person may have a Taurus moon, Taurus rising, Taurus Venus. What's one message you want me to know about the current situation with Gemini and their person of interest? One more card, please. Gemini and their situation. Okay, the moon with the 10 of Pentacles. So this person may, and this is Virgo, you have Pisces, you also have Cancer, Virgo, Mercury. This person may actually be hiding their home situation, okay? They may be married, okay? Or they may be hiding the fact that they want this with you. Let me ask really quick. How would Gemini feel about this? How would Gemini feel about this? Yeah, see, I don't think you'd like it. I feel like this person may not, and maybe this is why it's happening because you have the sun and the moon. As much as this person makes you happy, Gemini, it's like they're still hiding their home life from you. And what that's doing is putting you in this Two of Swords, right? And it's schizophrenia. So now you're over here thinking of all these, you know, options and obstacles of what it can be and having a level of worry. And I feel like you're very much in your head right now. That's the, you know, Two of Swords, that's Moon and Libra. It's like you're trying to make a decision, but you can't make a decision because you don't have all the information that's, you know, present or privy to you. One more card. How does Gemini feel? The Moon. Past lives. I think that you know, Gemini, that this person is hiding who they are or who they were prior to you meeting them. I feel like there's a lot of secrets with your person, which may be why people, you know, your ancestors are trying to push you because you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I even doing this? You know what I mean? You may be going through like these type of emotions where you're like, hold up, player. You see, I'm over here, you know, the sun is the issue. There's a transformation, and it can be the fact that there was a transformation, Gemini, where, you know, you have the sun here, right? You were happy. There was the transformation to the Nine of Swords. You're now in your head. Maybe you traveled to see somebody or they traveled to see you. And then all of a sudden, that transformation is the Moon with the 10 of Pentacles. Something from their past came back to bite them in the ass, and that's how you feel. And for you, Gemini, I'm just saying this because this is what I'm picking up. It's like this person needs to handle their shit before they come to you. This is not your battle to worry about. Let me ask one more time really quick. How does Gemini's person of interest, how do they feel about what's being hidden with the Moon and the 10 of Pentacles? How do they feel about that? One more time. How does Gemini's, they feel like that's the source of the problem. I'm going to be honest. How does Gemini feel about, how does Gemini feel, or I'm sorry, how does Gemini's person of interest? Yeah, they feel like they, how do they feel about the Moon and the 10 of Pentacles? Three of Swords, isolation. They know that whatever past situation they have, either whether it's with somebody else, whether it's with somebody that they have kids with, whether it's, I don't know, I mean, shit, I feel like it's somebody that they may have kids with. Somebody that's kind of controlling. You have Scorpio here because you have the 6 of Cups. I feel like they feel like because of their past situations that they've got themselves in, it's forcing them in a level of isolation and heartbreak. It's like they feel like they can't move, which is why they're not communicating. That's actually what I'm getting here for your guys' current situation. Now, what the block or obstacle is the Lovers. And the Lovers is clarified by the 8 of Swords. So I feel like, Gemini, this is us in our head, right? This is us in our head about a lack of communication, about a lack of progress. I think for us, it's like until we understand exactly what happened in every step of the process, we're stuck in this weird 8 of Swords energy. Now, I'm going to tell you this because this is what my dad would always say to me. Like, especially after I got a divorce, I remember saying like, but I don't understand like why, like why somebody would do A, B, C, D, and E. My dad always told me like, if you understand why that person did something bad, that means like you get it. You know what I mean? Like you're bad too, because a normal person doesn't understand, you know, the mind of a psychopath, right? Or a mind of somebody like that. So I feel like the block is honestly us. Why? Because we want to make it work. That's Mars and Capricorn. We want to figure out how we make it work, right? That's kind of what gets Gemini off. It's like, no, I'm going to figure this shit out. Why? Because that's what I do. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to figure it out. How does Gemini feel about the current block or obstacle? Gemini feel consciousness. I mean, there's a level of clarity here. Like, you guys are getting it now. How does Gemini's person of interest feel about this? Awareness. Do you see this? Here's the funny thing. You and your partner both know, or you and your person of interest both know what the real tea is, okay? This is Cancer, because this is kind of like the Chariot, okay? You both know what's going on. You know that it has to be something to, you know, ignite this. You know that you have to have something to push it along, because right now it's like this person is stepping out of a place that's held them back for a very, very long time, right? It's almost like they're breaking through, you know, that toxic energy, which is holding them back. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like that toxic energy is the person from their past. It's the person that they have the 10 of Pentacles with. Because here's the thing. If they were happy with the Moon and the 10 of Pentacles, why would they feel the 3 of Swords? It's something that they're doing because they're trying to keep up their arrangement or their agreement. I feel like there's a lack of emotions here. I feel like it's all sword energy. And now this person is starting to have a level of awareness with, hey, you know, I can't continue to stay in this depressing state. I have to break free because it just doesn't make sense anymore. And for you, Gemini, you're in a place where you're very conscious of what's going on. You're realizing synchronicities. You're seeing certain numbers. You're seeing certain phrases. You're hearing certain things from your guides and that type of thing. And I really feel like it's because we're being quiet for once. We're not saying shit, right? As the outcome, we do have the Queen of Swords here. I'm going to be honest, like, I really don't like this queen. This is Libra, or it's also Cancer. I just feel like she's a little cold, right? And maybe this is us being cold to that person, but this person is all about going back and forth, a level of diplomacy, you know, it can be a multitude of things. But remember, like, she's over here spinning a web, right? There's a plan in place. And maybe, Gemini, you're putting the plan in place because you do have the 3 of Pentacles here. And it can be a financial thing. So, also, too, your person may be aware that they need to leave the situation behind and either move to you or you move to them or something like that. So, with that being said, if you want to know more about the Queen of Swords, as well as how does your partner feel about you romantically, what is their intentions moving forward with you, what are they hiding, their next actions, advice, and outcome, please feel free to click on the link in the comment section below. That will take you straight to Vimeo. If you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comment section below. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you always can do so by checking out my website, AAFtarot.com. And with that being said, gems, I love you and I'll talk to you later. Peace.